Hello friends, how are you today? Well, we are hope that you are having a great day. So in this amazing opportunity, we're going to discuss and report about our final project in Linguistics. So we are talking about a movie. So before we start with the video, we want to introduce our group first. So start from me. Hi everyone, my name is Regina Prita Rahmadita and my student number is 035.
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Vincentia Jovita Maharani. My student number is 034.
And salutations everybody. My name is Johannes Leona with my student number 028.
Hey everyone, my name is Petrus Darmanjayagula. My student number is 021.
Okay, so that's all about our introduction. So let's start with the first video. Okay guys, so the movie that we are talking about is entitled Imperfect the Series. And the main characters are Maria, Prita, Neti, Endah, JJ, and also there are Reza Rahadian. Okay, maybe we can start with Rio and Darman.
Okay, so we're going to discuss on the first video starting from the first evidence. Right here, as you see in the subtitle, it might be has something with permisi, but the character herself always calling it with excuse, and the functionality of this excuse is to code switch of the language. And what is the functionality of this code switch? The statement is because the character wants to make the environment in which she stays to become more interesting and more fun to play with. And also, it would make the environment more fun to learn another new language besides Indonesian. And now, for the second evidence, is the discussion of Rita and
Prita and Endah.
Rita and Enda. And here, they are discussing about having, right here, they are discussing a night sleepover before JJ's departure. Right here, and you see in the subtitle, it's called Amete Anggur Merah. Now, in which you translate it to English, Amer is Anggur Merah. Now the focus is about te in the word itu. The word te is loosely is about regional and non-standard varieties. It's because the word te is used in the Sundanese accent or dialect. And so, if we complete it, it's all about non-standard varieties along with the regional dialect to introduce the language beyond Indonesian or English. There's also an introduction about Sundanese dialect.
Okay, next one is Darman.
Okay, the first from the video. Cici said, teman-teman, gue belum ambil cash des. So the sentence show both a regional dialect and a social dialect at the same time. The word gue is a feature of the Jakarta or Betawi regional dialect, commonly used by speakers from the area. At the same time, the word gue and the English word cash also reflect your social dialect, which is a casual, urban style of speech often used among young people in everyday interaction.
Let's move to the second scene.
Okay, so the second scene, the next scene, so we have the main character, four main characters here, and there are Rita, JJ, Neti, and Endah.
Okay, she said in Indonesian, kita bikin ini yuk pesta piyama. Piyama party. So this is understands so code switching because the speaker shift from Indonesia to English through the term pesta piyama from pajama party. The use of English expression within a Indonesian sentence is a form of code switching or code mixing, where elements of reference language and inserted into an Indonesian structure.
Okay guys, so next my turn, and yep, I choose another video or another episode of Imperfect the Series. And then, but I'm sorry, I apologize if I cannot mention the episode because I forgot which episode is it. Okay, let's just move. So, based on the video we watched from the Imperfect the series, we analyzed various uses of language. And from the first element is dialect. We found that Maria and Enda use Sundanese and Eastern dialects in their dialogue. Enda speaks Sundanese accent because she is originally from Sunda, and meanwhile, Maria speaks with Eastern accent because she is from Nusa Tenggara Timur. And here is the evidence of a scene or the conversation where Enda speaks Sundanese. So, in this picture, Enda asks Maria, who is holding and complaining about her dry hair. Maria was very frustrated and sad because due to her dry hair. And then Enda asked in Sunda dialect, "Kamu teh kenapa, Mar?" Which in Indonesia means, "Kamu kenapa, Maria?" And the word teh or teteh is often used in Sundanese, and it can mean a particle or a noun. And I oftenly use that kind of words, teh or teteh, when I was talking to my friends. Like I was making some joke because I just want to make the conversation more fun by using another dialect besides my originally dialect is Japanese. And then the second piece of evidence is when Maria speaking in Eastern language and accent. She said, "Sapu rambut kering sekali nih," which means in Indonesia, rambut saya kering sekali. And then we move to the third piece of evidence. The third one is when Enda says to Maria, "Keseringan dicatok meren." Then Maria misunderstood, thinking that Enda was saying her hair was painted in maroon. And then Maria answered Enda, "Marun, kau ni buta warna kah? Rambut sani hitam." Then Enda explained that meren means mungkin atau kali. Okay, the second aspect is about the use of standard or non-standard language. Okay, while I was watching their conversation between Maria and Enda, it was clear that they were using non-standard Indonesian language because they were using their respective regional language and dialect, and they become friends for a long time, so they were more relaxed and chill in speaking or make a dialogue. And then the third aspect is I found some called switching. I found several dialogues where they switch between dialect and formal language. For example, when Maria said, "Ah, tidak meren," where tidak is including standard Indonesian, and meren it's a Sundanese. And keseringan dicatok meren means keseringan dicatok mungkin atau keseringan dicatok kali.
Okay, next is my turn. We also found some evidence of code switching from that series. Again, the first one is when Reza Rahadian said to his friend, which is photographer, like, "Gua pengen resign." Here's the evidence, which in formal Indonesian language means saya ingin mengundurkan diri. Why we say this is code switching? Because it contains of mixed language between Indonesia and English. The Indonesian is gua pengen, and the English one is resign. Okay, the second is when Nettie said or talk to JJ like, "Namun unfortunately JJ harus pindah nih dari kos ini." So here's the evidence. Okay, which in formal Indonesian language means, namun sayangnya JJ harus pindah nih dari kos ini. Nah, we also say that this dialogue is code switching because it contains mixed language between the Indonesia and the English one. Okay, the last one on the third one is when Nettie having a conversation with his friend like, "Wah, maaf Mar, tidak bisa, privacy." Here's the evidence. Okay, we also said this is code switching because it contains mixed language between Indonesia and the English one.
Well, my fellow students, that is all for today's analysis about imperfect video. And if any of you are interested in watching it, you can watch it in Read TV or you can see it from the website itself. Now, before we close our video today, we're just going to say Merry Christmas and have a happy holiday. Thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye!